Yo, 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 what's up, y'all? Back at it again. It's been a minute. Did you miss me? Say nah, but yeah, man, it's good to be back. Welcome to the Stay Motivated and opinionated podcast. Sorry, it's been a minute, so I'm trying to get back into use of things. And don't mind my fan. It's hot in this building, so gotta have my neck fan on. But anyway, yeah, man. First, greetings to everyone. New people and old that's been keeping up with the podcast. My name is Bryan Lewis, and today I just want to speak on, since June is uh, um, men's mental health awareness month, um, and also Father's Day. Uh, by the time I drop this, it'll be the day after Father's Day. But, nonetheless, happy Father's Day to all the fathers, the real fathers that's in their children's lives. Anyway, and I mean that. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to talk to y'all about, ladies, y'all are more inclined to listen to this. I don't know everything, but, could be something that y'all could learn from a man who deals with um, you know mental health. And I'm not talking about mental health like being mentally challenged or anything like that. Just mental health. Being stressed out, depressed, or going through a lot, afraid to be vulnerable, thinking that everything has to be okay, and things like that. Trying to be so strong when you don't show emotion when you really need to let those emotions out. Things like that. Um, so when we talk about mental health, one thing we must understand is that, for one, we're not calling people stupid. We're not calling them dumb. We're not calling them soft or weak for having mental health problems, like or having something like anxiety, stress, um, being too anxious, or things like that. Like, that's a part of being a human being, and some people deal with it in different ways. Some people deal with it with drug use. Some people deal with it with just trying to push it to the side and hold everything in until eventually it just explode on either themselves or everybody else around them, whether it be their friends, their family, their spouses, whatever. Um, but men, folks, especially men, um, you know, it's okay not to be okay. Whoever said that you have to be the strongest person in the room just because you're a man, uh, that's a false narrative. Very false narrative. Everything ain't gonna be peaches and roses when it comes to this thing we call life, for both men and women, but especially for us men. Um, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. I know it's hard to let, you know, whether it's your girlfriend, your wife, your family members, just your friends, people in general. I know it's hard to let people in because you don't want to come off as weak. But letting people in doesn't come off as weak. What's weak is not dealing with the problems that you have going on. That's what's weak. And the reason why is because you're allowing what you're going through to hold you back. When God said, "No weapon formed against me shall prosper." So that means whatever's holding you back will not prosper. You just got to have faith and believe that this too shall pass. But you can't just not deal with it. Because when you just keep stuff in and keep holding on to it, that stuff begins to build until eventually you might just snap and say something wrong that you'll never be able to take back. Believe me, I've been there. And I felt terrible. afterwards. This was before my accident. I still feel terrible about it. And now, did I have a legitimate reason? Yeah, you kind of say yeah, because I was kind of like being accused of something that, you know, I never would do and never did do. But the way I responded was not the way I should have responded. And, you know, like I said, I've forgiven myself. I know God has forgiven me, but it's still a heavy burden on me sometimes. And I have to always pray that the Lord just keeps lifting it off me, because, like I said, some things, once it's said, you can't take it back, because you're really saying how you feel. Sometimes you just say stuff to hurt people, but sometimes when you're mad, you really say what you really want to say. And us as men, we have to also take accountability when we do things like that. Baby, I'm sorry. Or my friend, I'm sorry. My brother, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to say that. I'm just so frustrated. I'm tired of going through. And sometimes that'll open up a conversation with your partner or your friend, your family member, whatever. Just saying that I'm just so frustrated. I feel like I don't have no one to talk to. Then if they're really your friend, your family, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your wife, your girlfriend, if they really love you, they'll be like, well, talk to me. Tell me what's going on. And that's when you allow yourself to be vulnerable. Because like I said, the more you hold stuff in, the more stuff is going to build up. And the more the devil is going to use that against you, to use against that person. Be careful. Because the devil's intentions is always to sever ties and to kill and destroy. That's to kill people, destroy relationships, destroy friendships, destroy your life and others' lives. So we have to be mindful what we hold in. And also, as for me, I go see a therapist. Yeah, I go see a therapist. Nothing wrong with going to see a shrink therapist, man. There's nothing wrong with going to seek help from another source. For one, they keep it confidential. Whatever's said in that room cannot be said outside the room. That's confidentiality between you and the therapist. And this helped me tremendously, especially after losing my mom almost 2 years ago. God rest her soul. I still haven't been able to grieve yet, because I haven't been home. Going home soon, though, thank God. But yeah, like, you know, I still haven't properly grieved because I haven't been at home to grieve like I'm supposed to. To feel that, oh, she's not here anymore. And it's tough to deal with by myself. So that's why I'm glad I have a therapist I can talk to. And she actually motivated me to do this podcast. Not this episode, I'm just saying, like, a podcast in general. And once I get home, I have a bigger, start having guests and things like that. But one thing you got to understand is, when you're dealing with something in the mental, in the mind, that is deep. It's not something you can see on the surface. You can see my face. You can see my eyes. You can see my physical appearances. You can see my demeanor. But you can't tell what's going on inside my head. No one can but God. Women, you are not mind readers. Men, no, neither are we. Women, you might think you know what's going on. You don't know what the hell is going on from a can of paint. You don't know the flavor of the Kool-Aid, because you cannot read another man's mind. and men can't win women's minds. I mean, you can have intuition all you want to, but one thing I notice is when you assume something, it makes an ass out of you, not them. Excuse my French, but I mean, it makes you look stupid or look guilty or jealous or insecure. And that's where you have to take accountability. Men as well. We do something wrong, we need to be able to take accountability. We said something wrong, take accountability. Just because we're going through something in our mind doesn't mean we have to put it on to somebody else. Because misery loves company. And I'm not going to make this episode too long because, I just want to make sure, mental health check, So all my fellas that are listening to this, looking at this, hearing this, know that I care about you. I pray that God is giving you peace of mind. I pray you have peace at your homes, peace in your spirit, peace in your heart, peace in your mind, peace in your lives. Because everything's about peace. And in this world, the devil really wants to destroy your peace. Your enemies, people around you, want to destroy your peace. Because at the end of the day, your peace is all you have. And when you give someone the authority or the power over you to destroy your peace, that's where your mind is weak. Your mind should be one of the most powerful things on you, men. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, should be able to break your peace. You should be so firm, so foundational, so determined and motivated and confident in your peace that nothing can disturb it. Because once you let something disturb your peace, it's hard as crap to get that peace back. It's really hard. Sometimes it might take a few weeks, a few months, maybe a year. That's why I advise all my fellas, go see somebody about it. I mean, it's okay to talk to you when y'all that are married or in relationships. Talk to your partner, things like that. But there are some things your partner is not going to understand that a professional might be able to give you professional help that your spouse or whatever can't give you because they're not a doctor. And going to someone who actually deals with the mind, that actually has a degree in it, may be the most helpful thing you can go through to deal with it. And like I said, it's okay not to be okay. Sometimes you just got to wake up in the morning. First of all, thank God that you're alive, men. And then just say, Lord, just let me have a good day today. And even if you don't, thank God whenever you pray that you made it through the day. Because some men don't. Some men start the day, but never get a chance to finish it. And that's a huge, huge realization. And I don't even really mean by dying. They just don't finish it the way they want to or supposed to finish it. If you lose your peace in the morning, you should be able to gain it back by the end of the day. Whatever frustrations or stress you go through earlier in the day or the afternoon, by the time you go to bed, it should be thrown away out the window, out the door. Go to sleep feeling fresh, and then when you wake up, you're brand new. It's a new day. That's how you should always think, man. Trust me. Dealing with being paralyzed from the waist down, being in this facility, this nursing home. I mean, it's flattering. It's flattering when people say, "Bryan, you're one, if not the strongest people I know." My mom and dad tell me that. Used to tell me that all the time. My dad still do. My mom, of course, like I said, she passed, but she used to tell me that all the time. "Bryan, you're the strongest person I've ever known." This coming from a woman who survived cancer, survived so many sicknesses and diseases, was on dialysis since like 2017, 2018, and then ultimately lost her life after a double knee amputee knee surgery, and she just had blood pressure problems because she had diabetes. And also, my fellas, I don't have diabetes, but my fellas have diabetes. Gotta watch how you react to things, because once you raise that blood pressure, that's also the devil. The devil knows how to push your buttons. Your enemies know how to push your buttons. Women, y'all know how to push our buttons. And before you try to push our button, if you know a person has a health issue, think about that, because you could stress your man out to the point they have a heart attack. Then how you gonna feel? Sometimes we need y'all to just be our peace. Regardless of the situation, eventually we'll figure out, if we did something wrong to y'all or something like. A real man apologizes. But sometimes it might not be right when you expect it. Just like we might want an apology and we might not get it when we expect it. But if you give us time to just pray and reflect on what we've done or what we said, a real man, I promise you, come right back around and apologize, because that's what real men do. And another part of being mentally healthy is doing practices, mantras. Wake up in the morning, read a verse, or wake up in the morning and say, "Today's gonna be a good day." Write you 4 or 5, or should I say, I got 10 affirmations that I read every day about me. But write you a few affirmations. Something like, today I'm not going to let anyone disturb my peace. Today I'm not going to let anyone get in my head. Today I'm going to learn how to control my anger, control my emotions. Things like that. I mean, it don't have to be exactly that, but whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just felt like I needed to make a episode where just talk about men's mental health, because our health matters too. Women, believe it or not, we know y'all are queens. Y'all go through a lot of stuff, whether it be mental, spiritual, and especially physical. But y'all also got to understand us men go through a lot as well. Especially when you're not around. We feel like sometimes, especially as black men, sometimes it feels like the whole world is against us or wants us to fail. So we already at a disadvantage at the beginning of the day. And we have to will and strengthen ourselves that we're not going to let anything get us off our A game. And like I said, it's okay. It's all right. It's okay not to be okay. Now that doesn't mean sit and wallow in your miseries. Because once you let depression set in, it's hard to get out of it. Thank God I've never been. I've been depressed, or should I say, close to depression quite a few times, especially being in this chair and being in this facility and all the things I went through almost 14 years since my accident. But I just kept faith, always kept my faith in God, and always believed the next day will be better. And sometimes that's the best way you can do things. It's the best way you can do things. And you gotta allow yourself a chance to open up and let people that you trust in and confide in them and talk to them. Because they could have some answers. Not saying that they know it all. They could have some answers to some of the things you're going through, or some advice, constructive criticism type of advice that can help you. And it's okay to seek for help. Stop trying to be these broly, Mike Tyson, rough, tough, pit bull type of men. Do we have to be strong? Yes, especially in this society. But we don't have to be strong all the time. Sometimes we gotta let someone be strong for us for a day or two. And then let's get back on our A game. For better or for worse. That's why you lean on your partner. You lean on your friends. You lean on your family. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a coward. That makes you even stronger, because you're willing to let someone help you, and that makes you get better in the long run. That's not weakness. Sometimes y'all got to get that pride aside. Put it aside, my men. Put that pride, that ego, put it aside. It's not worth it. It's not worth losing your mind over. It's not worth losing your soul over. That's what the devil wants from you. That's what your enemies want from you. But like I said at the beginning, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. In Jesus' name. God said it. You just got to believe it. You got the whole armor of God on you as protection. And if your spirit is aligned with God, you'll never have to worry about it. But that's my time, y'all. I love y'all. Again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are in their children's lives. Happy Father's Day to my pops, Billy Ray Lewis. Happy Father's Day to my biological father and my grandfather, all my grandfathers and things like that. Happy Father's Day to my stepfather, Mr. Harvey. Just, hope everybody has a great Father's Day. Women, do something for your man, things like that. Do something for your husband, your boyfriend, or whatever. Do something special for him. It ain't gotta be expensive. Just show him your appreciation, okay? All right. Y'all be blessed. Love y'all. And as always, stay motivated. All right. Peace.